Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Prakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Melson of Well. I am not a member, however, I've entered into their labors. Peace and mercy to the sincere brothers and sisters doing this wherever you are, whatever your life may be. This is part 2 of the 5 D's of Dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge. Alright. Avoid answering truthfully. Okay, if these questions are truth and righteousness and basically just being forward and up front. These devils they specialize in the 5 D's. Okay, avoiding accountability and manufacturing a narrative and letting that narrative be their truth and then imposing that truth on everyone else. Okay, so we're gonna hopefully I think it's unmuted, but we did the first 10 minutes. We'll do another 10 minutes because we really don't need the whole thing. I'll try not to stop it as much, but no promises. Alright, before we do, it's 2 things that I want to get. I think it's in Habakkuk. I always want to open up with, especially with this, of making Esau bear. But first we'll do Isaiah 14 and 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Okay, for thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend high above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. And that is what you're looking at. Esau, Edom, who is this representation here. The king of Babylon. Okay, but we are talking about the daughter of Babylon in this instance, as we are witnessing this empire come to a close, right? Heaven being an exalted and high position of rulership, which they've maintained through deception, rape, robbery, murder, propaganda, as you see on the title here, that is coming to a close. And with that, he is going to come down with great wrath, okay, because he knows that he has but a short time. And what that means is him bringing hell upon everybody, especially Jacob, especially you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, should I say us. Expect these draconian laws to come down, alright, and soon the name Yahweh and Yahushai will probably come with a hefty felony. I don't know. Who knows what is going to come down? But the scriptures do tell you that there should be a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. I think that's in 2nd Esdras. It's 2 R's. Rection. 2nd Esdras 16. So let's get that real quick. Actually, no, we'll just get it from here, and we'll read it. Alright, for there shall be in every place and in the next city a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. Now, a lot of these, Christians and these, on the fence people, they're going to be fodder, alright, for the Lord's actual elect, who will be protected. And when I say protected, I don't necessarily mean that you won't, any of us could be put to death within this truth. But the difference is, you're going to be raised up. You're going to be among those first fruits, whoever, that may be, that has to, be martyred. Prayerfully, that's something that you believe. These are things that you think about, not dwell on as far as to be in fear of, but just keeping it in the back of your mind, knowing like this, shit ain't gonna be sweet here pretty soon. Okay. And then 47 and 12, we'll go there, and then we'll play with the video. But I want to open up with a couple because of I don't want to go 10 minutes long with just commentary, and I don't have any scripture, so I want to front load this thing. Straight to the point here. Stand now, Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries. Alright, propaganda. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, dodge here, right? Trying to, sway public opinion by, under false pretenses. But people ain't going for it. Okay, where thou hast labored from thy youth, if so thou be it. Oh, it's like if so be thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail. Man, let me. Now use your magical charms. Use the spells you have worked at all these years. Maybe they will do you some good. Maybe they can help someone, or maybe they can make someone afraid of you. All right. Art thou as weak as we? Yeah. All right. Here we go. Oh, sound. See, they're never answering a question outright. You see, it is a plain and simple answer if you were telling the truth. Where is the proof if you did X, Y, Z? Well, here, according to this data sheet, according to whatever, this after action report on date X, Y, Z, this is how many we calculated. Right? None of that. It is just indiscriminate. The G word.
Where is the proof? At least Hamas's headquarters has published this information. I wouldn't trust Hamas's word for this. So we should believe Hamas, we should believe the UN, on the ground. Rights groups all over the world. We should believe them. We should believe Israel. It's easy to extremely set almost anything which comes out of the United Nations. We are held, no one of the United Nations officials express our beliefs in the United Nations. We defend ourselves as is the right thing to do. But
you see, continuous push of that same narrative. We have the right to defend ourselves. Playing victim, but in actuality, as is the villain. And all the dirt, all of that dirt is coming to light, alright? There's two that come to my head. I actually already have it queued up. That's just the spirit, right? Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee. Now, this is talking about, these are proverbs and sayings to live by for the Israelites, who Solomon is talking to. All right, this is his journal, but the words ring true universally. Depart from the unjust, iniquity shall turn away from thee. Okay, and there's our people who are going to want to join unto the heathen because they think that they are going to win on this side, not even knowing you're joining unto a house, like Martin Luther King did, joining his people unto a burning house. All right, and I forgot the other scripture just like that I was trying to get. Damn. Maybe it'll come to me. It'll come to me. I believe that. Prayerfully.
us here in Israel feel extreme skepticism at the double standards which the UN constantly throws at us.
Complete and utter projection. I can't not stress that enough. Okay, how they put their own wicked deed and misdeeds and unrighteous acts. Everything that they do, they say other people do. Everything that they are, they say others are. A perfect example is how they portray Jake in the media. They have the control of that, and they can portray the Israelites as some sort of, low-level beast. But in actuality, that is just them putting who they are on others. And they even do that. You're even watching this in real time as they put that on on the UN and these other nations and everyone else, except pointing the finger where it actually belongs, where the blame, or laying the blame where it actually belongs.
Simply, don't take their word for it. They're simply pointing at us. Hamas is a genocidal organization, and we simply can't even take ISIS word for it. So why?
That's an interesting thing. The acronym ISIS is you surveillance. All right. That is allegedly, of course. Allegedly, that is also them talking in circles. But anyway, let's go.
On earth would you take Hamas's word for it? Let's move on to the attacks you've carried out against Gaza's hospitals. The US says Gaza's health system has been completely destroyed by the report. Why have these attacks because there is almost not one medical institution that has not been used as a base for terrorists, for weapons storage, tunnels underneath. Hamas is an endemic terrorist organization, so they killed 1,200, more than 1,200 white people on October the 7th, babies, beheadings, rapes, terrible things. So, I think I shouldn't say
Oh no! What did I do? What is this? Come on, dog. What is it? Alright, Salagi, give me a second. We're gonna get back to it.
that a genocide was committed against mine. Why is this attack because there is almost not one medical institution that has not been used as a base for terrorists, for weapons storage, tunnels underneath. Hamas is an endemic terrorist organization, so they killed 1,200 white people on October the 7th, babies and beheadings and rapes and terrible.
Now, he's gonna say that was disproven, but we're gonna pause for scripture here. And they were able to push that narrative, and most people didn't believe it, but there were some, Christians who were gullible enough, all right, to run with that because they wanted to run with that. Their own inherent bias wanted to run with that, but not being honest with themselves about how their people, their kinsmen, are liars. And they were able to run with this narrative here. All right, Ephesians 2:2. Skip to the. Actually, I'll just read it from the top. No, we just need it straight here from the. Let me just read. Where in times past ye walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit. No, wait. Yeah. But that's not what I'm looking for. Maybe. I'm just gonna read it. According to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Okay, and we understand, full well. Among whom we all had conversation in times past, the lust of our flesh, fulfilling desire. No. There's another that actually, I believe it says it. Powers of the anti-world. He's a spirit. I don't think. Let me find it. Let's let it play and I'll find it.
Terrible thing. So, I think I shouldn't say yes. I haven't seen them before. Can you explain it to us? Yes, they have been
Stuttering Stanley. Let me see. Let's see if we can pull it up here. Of course not. Of course not. Why would it work out that way? It has to be in another tab. We gotta get that though. Oh, There was Ephesians. Maybe I'm forgetting 2 through 10. Maybe we just didn't read far enough. I didn't read far enough. Alright, raise us up. Alright. But you can deduce here, right, where in times past she walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince and the power of the air. Let's see. How about we get a little commentary. Atmospheric region. Alright. Let's go. Let's get a commentary. Let's just make sure. You don't want to leave a stone unturned here. Let's see what and we'll get back to the video. Let's see what David Guzik got to say. Where is it? Study guide. No, I need commentary. There we go. Matthew Henry. Let's see. 1 through 3. Okay. Unregenerated souls. Yup. Dead in sin. Being destitute. Okay. Cut off from God, the fountain of life. Alright. A state of sin is a state of conformity to this world. We are by nature bond slaves to sin and Satan, right? Because that's what your flesh wants to do. And who's the physical counterpart on this earth? Exactly. According to the course of this world, alright, which walk according to the principality of the air. The devil, or the prince of devils, is thus described. See Matthew. Alright, but when the Pharisees heard and said, this fellow does not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub, the prince of the devils, alright, Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom is divided against itself, brought to desolation, which we are witnessing, okay? Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. Right? How shall the kingdom stand? Also, why do I keep drawing blanks? And you saw Satan was tempted Yahushua when he took him up to the mountain, said, I will give you all the kingdoms of the world, right? Right? And then the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. You see? All of that kind of plays together. And they currently are in charge right now. But you are witnessing their downfall. As you can see, this is a good representation of the stuttering and the humming and the hawing when asked direct questions. Zionism does not run. Yeah, it does. Here we go.
If you speak to the IDF, you speak to the listeners of the IDF, they show you the evidence if you ask for it for those terrible crimes. One week into the war, the arrival of the reserve command and control center, which stretched southwest the largest medical facility in the world, the Shibboleth. Again, now this really shows the sequence. We've shown the world media, many journalists have been taken to those levels. We've seen those bulletproof doors, we've seen cells terrorized. You've shown the world our abandoned homes and shacks and weapons your forces play a profound inside the hospital. That does not prove that we have a three-story underground command and control center under the Shibboleth, a claim Israel has used to justify the attacks on hospitals all over the Gaza Strip. I'm quite disappointed in this line of questioning.
Translation: why are you asking me things that you're not supposed to be asking me. You are supposed to be feeding me questions that will further this P word here. You are supposed to stick to my narrative because my narrative is the truth, according to me.
It's not just from you, because we face this unreasonable verbal proof of the horrors of Hamas strategies. We're sending you tunnels. Hamas has never denied they have tunnels under Gaza. That's an open secret. But you're claiming that they had a command center in the biggest hospital in Gaza. You use that as an argument to lay that hospital in ruins, and that's what it is. The question they've been asking us astronauts, where is this command center under the Shifa hospital? Asking questions, of course, the right thing to do for any journalist. But we have chased images of terror tunnels underneath the hospital.
There's a new coin phrase right there. T-tunnels, huh? Just like the ones in New York, maybe. Anyway, let me not say too much.
I apologize, Yana, if it's not enough. I apologize for the fact that you haven't RPGs in an intensive care unit. I apologize for the fact that
Who put them there? Let's ask ourselves the million-dollar questions, because there is a certain tactic used by a certain group of people where they like to put things somewhere and say other people did these things or other people did X, Y, and Z, when all the while it was them doing it to themselves and framing others. I don't know who does that, but if you know anything about history, you know that is a prevalent tactic among certain individuals of a certain persuasion.
we were fired on from the maternity ward. And I can tell you one thing, it wasn't the midwives that were violent. The evidence is clearly there. Journalists have been taken there. There's a terror tunnel network twice the size of London underground. You've said it time and again. You find the line of questioning regarding the attacks on the hospitals and questioning these tunnels offensive. I find it offensive. I find it ridiculous to an extent. Why is it ridiculous? Why is it ridiculous? Why is it ridiculous? We've seen videos. Why Hamas admits it? We're fired from there. The terrorists are there. We killed you over there.
Loud is not right. You find the so-called black woman utilizes this tactic because she's just like her daddy. She likes to utilize this tactic when she is backed into a corner and she's full of shit. She starts to get loud and repeating the same thing over and over because in her mind, over talking and covering over someone who is asking you point blank direct questions, that makes you uncomfortable. You have no leg to stand on because everything that you're standing on is a lie.
The doctors, we moved the doctors and the patients out of the way. I don't know, it's a ridiculous line of question. I'm not shocked by it. I find it ridiculous. But why don't you open Gaza for international press who can freely move around and check these tunnels for themselves? For people as you've done until now this war, you seal the borders. No journalists, independent journalists are allowed to Gaza by force and ICE. The journalists you're involved with were elected or handpicked by the IDF. They go on so-called embeds, where the IDF forces decide where they go, where they move, where they film, and how often. That's hardly the standard of free press. So Yama, we have taken many, many journalists, critical journalists, well, we have taken many, many journalists. More importantly, that's different. That's not how free press should operate.
You see, and had he been allowed to control the narrative, he would have said, we have allowed, as he was saying, he would have stuck with that notion. we have allowed the press to come in, but what he would have left out was those were guided tours, so they can control what is seen and they can control what is said, thus keeping the narrative intact. But Yama here saw right through that and said, those are guided to, call them out. Those tours are guided. Okay, press and reporting is a dead art. People now, especially here in Babylon, only repeat and regurgitate what they are told. If you see the word with my mouse is circling, okay? Long gone are the days where people get the story and report on something that happened, okay?
We should have the ability, the possibility to move around freely, check and verify things for ourselves. That's our job, especially in the war. So you know, our job. Yeah, these accusations. Israel don't.
Yeah. Why is it an accusation? You see, he run when no man fleeth or chases. Damn vagabond. Proverb 28. But oh yeah, Proverb 28. Come on, man. I wanna play these daggone games now. Oh, cause I put a B. That's why. The wicked fleeth when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as a lion. And there's a quote about the truth being a lion. You don't have to protect. Uh, uh, how does it? The truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. Let it loose. It'll defend itself, right? And you can see lies need protection. Lies need constant revision, and you just gotta attack lies on top of lies to protect the previous lie you told. Oh, what a tangled web we weaved when at first we practiced to deceive. All right, what's the and since we're gonna on this whole, is it vagabond? Uh, we'll do 14 or 4 and 12 because it's the same chapter here. And that same spirit from here, Cain is Esau, Esau is Cain. The same spirit, and the Cain, that spirit that was in Cain was the serpent as well. It was not a slithering snake, right? When thou tillest the ground, and shall not henceforth yield thee her strength, a fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from the face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that every one that findeth me shall slay me. And the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And then, oh, and Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, pale flesh, lest any man should find him and kill him. Okay, and that is why they've been able to do the dirt and the wickedness they've been able to execute for their, their little season. He was loose to deceive. Okay, that's why they were allowed to do that. Okay, but that's coming to an end. Who is it? And even Lamech boasted in that little protection. Or is it just a K? I think it's just Lamech. Where are you? L-E? I don't remember. I swear, blue letter need to, maybe it's that. I don't remember. Oh, yes I do. Yes I do. It may be L-A-M. It is L-A-M. there. Alright, until Enoch was born. Alright, a rabbit got Mehujael. And that's why Lamech boasted slaying those two men that supposedly attacked him. Why? Because he was playing the victim. Same spirit. Lamech is a grandson or the son of Esau, right? Let's go to it. Make sure. I'm sorry. Yeah, Cain, son of Cain, not Esau. Salakia. Too far ahead in the future. Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, dwelt in the land of Nod. Right? Cain knew his wife. She conceived, bare Enoch. Not the righteous Enoch. Okay, they had the same names. All right, names are recycled, just like somebody that's named John. There's multiple Johns you run into. Okay, don't be simple. And he built a city and called the name of the city after his son Enoch. All right. So there's Cain's son Enoch, and then he had a son. Okay, and then they had children and begot Lamech. All right. So Lamech took unto his two wives. Okay. Okay. Brother Jubal. Tubal Cain, instructor, very artificer in brass. And if you go into that Tubal Cain's name, root word here, what's the other one? Oh, possession. He was a smith. Okay. Artificer is what I was looking for. That's not I meant to get the... Where is artificer? There we go. That's what we were looking for. Alright, metal craftsman. Alright, working with them weapons, boy. By thy sword. Alright, so here's him boasting. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. Alright. Lamech said unto his wives, let me go up a little bit. Hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech. For I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. So, for framing a possibility that I was just defending myself. There's your first trap song right here. Hear my voice. Listen to me, you wives of Lamech. I've killed a man who attacked me and a young man who wounded me. But for all we know, he could have, let's stop. All right, here we go. But that's your first trap song right there. Okay, playing the victim, and then attacking them because I was just defending myself. I have a right to defend myself. And the spirit's still right here. You're witnessing it in real time.
An accusation, it's a fact. To reply. Number one, this is a war zone, an active war zone, not a normal war zone. Not like in other countries in the past. This is an unprecedented war zone for humanism, with the only way to reply, if you ask me a question, please do me the courtesy of allowing me to reply. So it's an active
bold claim on top of bold claim on top of bold claim. And the only proof is because I said so.
To prove to the world's media of Al Jazeera's the head of Al Jazeera is killed in that picture. If we had to target one Hamas operatives, so let's not paint this as some sort of pure, Norwegian type moment, raising the independent inquiry concluding that Israel is not produced a slur of evidence backing up their claim, says the head of claiming that Iran supports Hamas, that a number of Hamas is still active part of the October 7th attacks. If you make that claim,
Okay. So before United Nations Relief and Rehabilitation Administration. Alright. To aid refugees fleeing Axis aggression. Oh man. Yeah.
don't you present the evidence to this independent inquiry? So you have just today, a press conference indicating that I presented just no evidence. That's precisely what we did. We went and looked. When you asked, you've been asking for evidence. Yes. So that is another slur, a long list of many slurs against this country.
Okay. So asking for proof is a slur. Another slippery way of saying, are you anti-SEM? So we know what slur means, but anyway, let's just, excuse me. Let's because that certainly doesn't fit. So that sound, no. There we go. An insinuation or allegation about someone that is likely to insult them or damage their reputation. An act of speaking into, okay, though, just this. Insinuation or allegation about someone that is likely to insult them or to damage their reputation. Now, if it's true, if it's true, then it's not a slur. Two, they are asking questions. They are asking you to present proof of things that you have done or things that you've done right, and you can't produce any, so then it turns into a slur. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Alright?
We cooperated wholeheartedly with this investigation.
That's a lie.
Unfortunately, it is a whitewash. This investigation, unfortunately, has that is another proof point of why this organization cannot be reformed. The international community is not buying what Israeli government is saying. Most of the donor money, which got into Jordan based on the claim you made against them that they took part in the Hamas attack on October 7th, most of them have reinstated the aid. Even the Germans, even they decided this week that they would reinstate the aid going to Bahrain. So nobody's
Exactly. And that is Esau being made bare. Those enchantments no longer work. Alright. We've got enough here. This is going on 40 minutes, but as you can see, it's very important to pay attention to things like this, especially when a bald face with a suit and tie, or a pale bald face when a suit and tie gets out in front, and in public view, and starts to speak. Pay close attention to the things that they say, or pay close attention to the answers or lack thereof that they give to straightforward questions, all right, that don't require an extensive answer and, circle talk. Um, they simply require, if you were telling the truth, to just say, here it is. Present the evidence. Okay? So prayerfully, you were edified. I know I kind of bounced around a little bit, but prayerfully, the scriptures that I grabbed were suffice, and that you can go in and read on your own and link these things, linking discerning spirit with spirit. Okay? So were a couple of scriptures that, like in Isaiah 14, that it was, quite literally talking about the king of Babylon. But when you put these things in the spirit, we're talking about the future, or should I say, the present. Okay, with America being Babylon the Great. Okay, and the beast, the whore that rides on the back of the beast system, which is NATO, the EU. Okay, these other Edomite occupied countries. They are the same nation, same people. All right, just as there are 12 tribes of Israel, there are different tribes of Edom. Okay, they are the same nation, same people. The only difference is one of them has taken part and hogged the blessing and kept it from the rest of their tribesmen. All right, the blessing being, control of the earth being given into the hand of the wicked. Okay, but I digress. Let me stick to the point of the video here, which was already made, because I could go another 20 doggone minutes on a completely different topic. But yeah, prayerfully you were edified. Shalom.